Well, hello. This is the geek protagonist. So, once again, this is from my tablet that wasn't originally set up. One of my many unlockings, which I label them as unboxings, to see things that I ordered and stuff, and maybe something that might spark your interest to go, "Oh, that's cool," kind of thing. So it's sitting this way because I had to get a thing for my tablet, but I'm gonna start. I got like mad totes here, since I haven't been able to record. Got to get through it. So I decide that I try to share it with you. Do a few of these to get through because these totes need to be used for other stuff. But it's just easier when you're doing things. So let's see what's in here. All right, so we'll put the box there. Nice little wrap. Aha, fig pen. What fig pen is this one? Oh, Tracer from Overwatch. The box is okay. Needs a little spruce, and it looks like they had a sticker on it. But that's cool. I think, now that I'm looking at this, I think if I remember correctly, someone posted this on eBay, and it actually ended up being a lot cheaper than expected. Normally they run like 15, 16 bucks. But I think I actually ended up getting it for like 8. Okay. Pulled out 2 boxes that were sitting on top because of there. And we got some mystery ones too. Let's see here. What's in this box? We're about to find out. Oh, I guess this was a fig pen lucky because sometimes I don't even know what I'm getting. So, let's get this. Ooh, pop a little bubble wrap here. Oh, this one's actually hard to get. Usually they're really, really expensive, and I wanted one. I kind of started slowing down on my fig pen thing, but the mighty Atom, check it out, astroboy. These things were running like 70 bucks, and I happened to catch one on a really good bid, and I think it ended up, I kind of caught it off guard, as a matter of fact. It was like, I think it ended up being like 9 bucks, and I missed one or two that were actually cheap, but those don't actually run cheap. So, stick that box over there. Take this lid off. Let's see what's in there. Oh, probably by the time you get this set will be done. I just cleared off this area. I'm actually reorganizing it. I found a lot of my statues, and I realized I have a lot of Goku. And he's not even my favorite character from Dragon Ball. It's actually Gohan. But because of some of the games and stuff I have, like I actually have more than this, but they're in other places. But I was like, okay, what am I going to put in the background? So I'm going to get some of my video game ones, put them here. The ones I'm looking at in front, like I have a Powering Up Goku. I have Kratos for God of War. I have some Marvel ones there and a Sonic one. So I'm going to be taking those and put them in there just to break this up a little bit. But it's coming along. Just so you're wondering, so soon, I did with my new phone, I'll be recording this way some more, and you'll actually see things behind me. But you get to see the stuff I set up so far. This feels like a book, and I already sliced it open, which is sweet. Spidergeddon. Every world has its spider. So I've been trying to collect those. These I got to read this Edge of Spidergeddon. The spider web crossovers were good. My boy had them, so I got to check them out. So yeah, if you're a really big fan of Spider-Man, that might be one for you to get the Spider-Geddon and Venom too. Okay, this is Prime. These, sometimes you can rip them, sometimes you can't. That's what these come in. All right, let's see what we got next. Need a little harder rip or cut. But yeah, I'll eventually review it. I don't think I grabbed them all. I think I caught that one like on a crazy sale. But with the trick is that I do want the Spider-Verse and stuff. And it's a good series. Aha! So I had to fight with Amazon about this, but I do have this. You hear the thing loose in there. Immortals Phoenix Rising. And I do apologize, I got to use the facing camera so I can see what's going on because my tablet wasn't made for, the thing I have wasn't really going to be used for this. But this includes the Quest and the Tail of Fire and Lightning. PS upgrade available. Very excited. At some point, I'm trying to make it where I have time to play video games again. And when I do, that's going to be one of the games I'm going to play. All right. The next big boy. Yeah. It's kind of ripped. Okay. Put this down here. Now, this is Remind Volume 2. I actually read the first one and I was curious. It's Coffee Table Comics. I actually came across this when I saw this weird cat thing in a race, and it was like in a suit. So I got the first book. It was weird. And I will review it on this channel, but I never got to finish the second book. So now, to finish the second book, probably by the time you see this, I probably would have already reviewed it, but maybe. I've been kind of slow in my comic book reviews, but that's about to change. Well, I should say book reviews, because there's books too. And when I do the recap on this video, I'll do a few more. When I do the recap, I'll kind of show you some stuff. But I'm kind of just trying to fly through first. And you know what? Let me do it now. So, Remind, just so you can get a little taste. The artwork is kind of interesting. I don't really know anything too much, so hopefully this isn't really spoilerific. But it's a very odd story, to say the least. And so just so you get an idea, it's something where someone got switched, and it's like you can see if you pay attention, there's stitches up there. And I'll just read some of these too. The world of Remind is stunningly beautiful. The story genuinely emotional, and the use of light and shadow is simply fantastic. Kaizu Kiyobushi. Actually, yeah, the way the person does use the light and colors, it really does pop. Remind is just what I was looking for. That's from Scotty Young. And I have to wait in line behind my kids to read our copy of Remind, Doug to Naple. So, very interesting. If you're like Spidergeddon, this is like a spider punk rocker. If you read Into the Spider-Verse, you'll know it. This one's gotten really, really popular. I thought he looked interesting. Like, the artwork definitely is there. I mean, look at that Spider-Man. The spikes and stuff. It's kind of like he's like a punk rocker as a Spider-Verse. But I do think it's interesting. This one does have a couple of the other ones. Like, just so you see, I'm not going to show you much more. Robot Spider. When I do the review, I'll do it. And there's a few other spiders in here, too. But it's very interesting. These Spidergeddons are cool because it kind of grabs them from different places. Let's see here. Yeah, I was like, well, I'll do them now. So that way when I recap, I don't have to sit down and redo. But I'm going to keep going. But these are good also, too, if you're like, hey, I want to read something. Maybe you might look and go, hey, you know what? That's an interesting thing it sounds. Like I said, when I review Remind, I'll give you more. But basically, if you're into like weird kind of stories that are different than your average, but kind of have a fantastical touch to them, That's Remind. It really does. Oh, these vacuum sealed ones are always so weird. Whoa. uh, oh yeah. So I accidentally came across this comic and I was like, I gotta get it. So this is called Headspace. I never even heard of it before, and I saw it on eBay. And while I was looking up an author, it somehow came up with this, and the premise just sounded crazy. So I'm gonna read the back part to you. I'm definitely gonna cover this when I finally read it. Right. So the inhabitants of Carpenter Cove discover their strange town is actually a construct in the mind of a killer. Shane, the sheriff, wants to get back to his real life, but one dark connection between him and the killer is going to make him rethink everything. Written by Ryan K. Lindsay with art by Eric Zwandisky and Sebastian Perez. Like, this thing looks interesting. And when I saw the concept, I was like, I remember being a kid and me and my friends came up with a weird concept about what if someone's brain was like a world or something. And there's a lot of stuff in here, so I'll just show you one section of an image. Dog bartender with a cyborg eye. And it just sounded interesting enough that to read it. And I'm excited because I have no idea what it is outside of what I just read to you. All right. Next one. Open here. It says. So I will be probably by the time this comes out, I've already done a few. I'm going to actually be reviewing a lot more comic books and movies and stuff because I want to give people good pastimes. Because when it comes to comics, for example, which I used my other headset, but they're charging right now. But when it comes to comics, the big two have just been slipping for me. I'll just put that there. Some of the stuff's good, like I got that one. Okay, so this is the Holiday Panic. Kessel, Grummet, Han, Section Zero, Impossible Jones, Sam Hill, John Zombie. So, Section Zero, I think I've talked about before. If I haven't, it was a comic I actually waited for. I backed. This was a big crossover between all of these guys. So, I literally was like, I have to back this and get this because I was very, very impressed with Section Zero. This is basically a Christmas story with these different characters: Impossible Jones, Sam Hell, which I think he has a ghost arm that he can like do ghost stuff with. Johnny Zombie, which is like a zombie guy, and they have to like stop like an evil Christmas plot from happening. But I mostly got it because I'm into Section Zero. It looked interesting, don't get me wrong, but I would like to learn about Johnny Hell and all them. It came with a couple cards and stuff. But when I do a full review on it, that's what I'm going to do it. I decided that's what I'm going to try to do with some of the Kickstarters unless I open them like right off the bat and make the whole unboxing just about that. It wasn't much to show, that's why I didn't put it all up in the camera. Let's see here. There we go. You notice a lot of books. I've bought a ton of books because I'm like, I got to read something else. Now, Batman, Superman, Public Enemies. The reason why I definitely went out of my way to buy this is because written by Jeff Loeb. One of these two, if you remember, they did an animated film to both this one and its sequel. My mystery box on one of the previous unboxings, I actually got the second one with Supergirl. So I never got this one, so that's why. So I'm going to end this one here. But this looks really, really cool. I like the way these characters are built. They're like super massively muscular for like no reason. Over the top. And I love every second of that kind of stuff. And I also never actually got the chance to read it. Also, I think Captain Atom looks boss. But just look how awesome that looks. They look like themselves, but then they look massive. And I love it. So, yeah. So I think I'm in this here because it's going too long. And there's some scenes in here too that's like straight out of the comic book, which is actually kind of crazy. Or out the comic book to the movie. So, recap. Superman, Batman, Public Enemies. Actually, never got to read it. Jeff Loeb has had some bangers, and so I'm all about it. We got the Holiday Panic, which is a big crossover. There's a crossover with Lone Star and stuff too. I don't know if I'm gonna back it or not. I may get the digitals. I just don't want to pay that much for them. Headspace, definitely interesting about the head place, just so you can see the back too. Where a guy looks like on a floating motorcycle, but about someone's mind with a killing the sheriff. Very interested in that. You got Spidergeddon, Edge of Spidergeddon, which is a precursor to Spider Verse, and I really wanted to get Spider Verse, so I'm trying to collect all that good stuff. You got Remind, number two. Like I told you, if you want a weird fantasy kind of story, Remind might be that. As I review it, I'll give you a better understanding of it, but you know, it's kind of weird. It's like a mind crazy situation, kingdoms and stuff, and fantational. You got Immortal Phoenix Rising. This is for me is good for about a year. I get the first day bonus thing. We got the Fig Pen of Tracer. Like I said, I started slowing down. I'm now starting to get very specific about the Fig Pens I want because I got mostly of them. I think I just want a Raphael, and if I didn't get them already, and I want a Mandalorian, an astroboy, which is a actual rare one. So yeah, so I hope you enjoy that. It's exciting because when I open these, I don't know what I'm getting at that time because I order enough stuff and so many, and I kind of let them pile up a little bit before I jump into them. But this is the Geek Protagonist. You stay safe, you stay healthy, you stay real. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one.